because we have another caller wanting some relationship advice. Let's listen into this guy who says he's been dating this girl for over 4 years. She wants a ring, but she doesn't want to meet his family. Dude, that's a huge red flag in my eyes.
Hey, Goblin. I need advice regarding my relationship, specifically the fact that I've been with my girlfriend for over 4 years and she wants me to propose to her, but she's never met my family and she refuses to. My family hates her for various reasons, and I can't even talk to my friends about it because, I found out that a lot of my friends talk behind my back and share with my whole school that they say that my girlfriend is abusive. And second, I honestly have a crush on one of my friends. Um, I think she's feeling me too. I might be looking into it too much though.
Yeah, this guy's gotta be like, this dude, he's going to look back on this in 10 years and absolutely none of this will matter. This dude is in high school. This is like 15. This reminds me of my younger self, dude. I remember in freshman year of high school, I broke up with my first girlfriend. I thought it was over, dude. If I had a Glock, I would have pulled the trigger. I thought it was done, boys. It was unbelievable pain, unfathomable. I'd never felt that way before. It was horrible. This guy, I'm almost willing to guarantee, is around the same age I was when I felt that way, by the sounds of it, okay? Eventually, you realize, dude, we're in a pretty big pond out here, dude. You could find a fish with a fatter ass, you know? Something along those lines. Let's call this guy. 4 years won't meet the family. All your friends talk and behind your back and say she's abusive. Dog,
Hello?
Yo, I just listened to your voicemail. You mind being recorded?
Yo, not at all. Not at all.
Yo, so I'm kind of intrigued by your little relationship situation right now.
Oh my god. Okay.
I got to ask a question though before we get any further into this, okay?
Of course.
How old are you?
We're both early 20s.
Really?
I'll say. Yes.
I would have guessed you guys are younger by the way you worded everything.
Or I'm trying to keep it vague to still be a little.
I mean, bro,
little anonymous.
dude, I'm telling you right now, there's like thousands of people that are 20 that call in. I mean, it doesn't matter. You're good. But what I'm more intrigued about, you're an adult. You've been dating this girl for years, and she won't come meet your family?
She won't. There's some layers to it. So she's Catholic. My dad is very extreme Muslim, and he's also not a fan of her ethnicity on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom she's one of the she's like a suburban liberal, as I call her. She's not one of the super liberal, hang a flag outside, but she's also not a big hater. But at the same time, when I forced them to meet each other one day. Again, it was for my birthday, so I pulled the birthday card. We were dating for 2 years at that point.
Okay.
And my mom already had a negative impression of her because my girlfriend, she has a large following on social media.
Oh.
Doing health education content. And my mom isn't a fan of the technological stuff and some of the the trends and jokes that she made. And so she called her a whore, and yelled at her when they first met each other. And ever since then, my girlfriend has refused. And it's really tough because we're both in med school. I'd figure that, mom and dad would be proud. She's in med school too. I thought it'd be, something that they would be proud of, but still no, unfortunately.
And I mean, outside, I can kind of understand the difference between your parents and her. I mean, it's just different beliefs at the end of the day. I mean, I remember when I was younger, I dated a girl who was also Muslim, and her parents, she wasn't really Muslim. She didn't really like do any of that shit, but her parents fucking hated my ass, dude. They hated me so bad, bro. I was a delinquent. So that never worked
Yeah.
out. But I never had an issue with my friends and her, which it sounds like you do, correct?
Yes. So, oh my God, I've been through a very challenging couple weeks. I don't want to dump too much and take too much talking time.
Dude, talk
Um,
as long as you want, dude. Fill us in.
I honestly didn't expect you to call, man, and it couldn't be perfect timing. Like my roommate's gone, so I ain't got to worry about the walls, the thin walls.
Oh yeah,
But
we're good to go. Perfect time.
we're locked in, man. Hey, but okay. Um, there's like three arcs here simultaneously. So one, um, like I've always had lady friends even since I was young, and it's always been platonic, and that's something that like me and my girlfriend understand. That's never been an issue between us. The issue is that I've had this one friend that during our past year of school together, like I didn't bat an eye, I didn't see anything wrong. And then like a lot of personal things happened to them, so they had to they got held back a year, which in grad school you got to pay the tuition again, which is nearly 100K every year. And she also broke up with her long-term partner at the time. And then out of nowhere, I get a call from my other friend who says, "Oh, like your friend is talking behind your back, saying your girlfriend's being abusive to you." And I'm like, "What? What the hell is she talking about?" And I confronted her about it because she would come up to me with old relationship issues she was having. And I would say, "Look, me and my partner, we would deal with communication issues as well, but we've worked past them. I was trying to be a good friend, listen to her problems." And she went around to cut to the chase. I confronted her about it. She called me later that night. She was like, "Yo, I've been in love with you, this whole year." Well, and I'm like, "What?" And I guess she was spreading lies that my girlfriend was being abusive to me as a means of justifying her romantic feelings towards me, which like I said, I've had plenty of platonic lady friend relationships. This has never happened before, so it's been very frustrating dealing with that. And then there's this other guy who I mentioned that my dad was Muslim. I have a girlfriend. I'm not particularly, hey, I do appreciate my 420. What can I say? And that,
Yeah.
there's many parts of me that don't align with the way I was raised. And that's also projected into me being excluded from a lot of communities. And I never was raised to really know anything about my culture, other than the religion, which is a shame.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been shunned by people within the community. And so not only does this situation strike a nerve with that, but it kind of feeds into the judgment and the shit talking from those community members, here at my school against me. And it's just been a lot, because I try to keep private. I try to say hi, be friendly with everyone. And it's a shame that people can't give me I didn't tell anyone that person failed out of the first year again and had to retake the year. People asked me, and I was like, "I don't know, ask her." But then she, was going around spreading lies instead.
So when you had spoken to your friend who was, talking behind your back, saying that your girlfriend's abusive, and you speak to her, and it turns out she tells you, "Oh, I actually really like you. I have a crush on you." She basically confesses her love for you. What did you do with that info? Did you go tell your girlfriend, or what did you do?
I told her later that night, but my initial reaction, because she was like, "I love you," and I was like, "Oh, I love you too, homie. Yeah, you're the homie. Yeah." She's like, "No, not like that." And I was like, "Bruh, I was trying to dodge and weave, but it wasn't working." But no, I did tell my girlfriend later that day, because a friend of mine, a different friend, was telling me that he had suspicions that she felt romantically towards me, and I was brushing it off. I told my girlfriend. She brushed it off. And then that happened, and she was like, damn, I was standing up for her, and then she pulled that shit. So now my girlfriend usually isn't like a very jealous type. Can I ask you something out of left field that's been on my mind? This has just been like another thing weighing on me.
Sure, yeah, no, go for it.
Shawty's going on a girls trip to Miami.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. Hold up. What do you mean a girls trip to Miami?
She's doing like a college reunion with her friends. They're all going to Miami. It's this weekend, and we got into a big argument about it last week because months ago, months ago, like we'd be like, oh, like our first time to go to Miami, we'll be together, right? It'll be a good time. And then she kind of blindsided me recently, like, oh, I'm going to be doing a girls trip with my college friends as a reunion. I'm like, okay, well that's kind of lame, but whatever. I'm not going to say you can't do it. She's a blue-haired pitchfork type, is all described.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. But where I was trying to draw the line was when she said she wanted to go out to the clubs and use a promoter to get in for free. I was like, okay.
Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
And I told her I'll pay the fucking entry fee for you to see the damn artist you want to see. I will, if your whole thing is you want to go for free, then I'll pay it for you. I ain't got fucking money like that. I got my loans, and that's it. But
Miami's mad expensive too, dude. And that's how it is in all the Miami clubs. Like there is no, like, you basically stand in line indefinitely unless like a girl you're with starts flirting with a promoter or like someone inside or something. Like that's listen. Inherently, a Miami girls trip isn't always a bad thing. But, like, if you're not locked in and comfortable enough for her to go do that, it could be a bad thing. I mean, my girl right now is from Miami, born and raised, okay? So, like, I'm familiar. I've been to Miami a lot of times, dude. I know my way around Brickell. I know my way around, It's an interesting place. It is somewhere that, like, your girl might not even have bad intentions, but the promoter probably does. Yeah. Like, your girl might even be naive about it. Like, oh, this promoter's going to get us in for me. Yeah, the promoter and all his homies are trying to fuck. Like, you got to be aware of that. And I think your girl, I don't know her. I don't know you. I don't know your situation. If she's never been to Miami, maybe she might be naive to that. She might not understand that. So you might have to sit her down and be like, listen, do you want the promoter to hit Raw? Because by using him to get in the club, that's what you're implying, and I don't know. Also, why do they have to go to a nightclub of all things, You should find a girl who likes going out for like a nice like crab boil or something.
I know.
I know. Those girls.
This has been because she's expecting a proposal from me. We've been together like almost 5 years. She like.
So you think this is her last hoorah? Her last hurrah?
It sure as hell better not.
Damn right. It better not be.
We were both in Greek life together, and I can't describe because we both went to. Like, we were both in LA for many years. She used to go to WeHo. Hey, that's okay. I'd rather I take the bullet than her. You know what I mean? If the hand's going to grope a cheek, at least I can swing back compared to her.
Mm-hmm.
But for Miami, like, that's what I was saying. If the goal is for you to go into the club, like, I can facilitate that for free without you being used as, like, an object or, like, whatever. And she's like, oh, you don't know what it's like. You don't get the vibes. Like, if I say it, then it's controlling. I'm like, girl, I literally just offered to pay for you to go to the fucking club in Miami, and you're calling me controlling. And I don't know if I want that from some, like, she wasn't even like really listening to me, but at the same time she's like expecting a proposal from me, and I don't know.
I mean, I just think what's most important
everything, man,
is like, I think what's most important is you guys are on the same page, right? Like, it doesn't matter. no matter what your guys' opinion is on clubbing, whether you both think it's totally cool to do like separate from each other, whether you both, don't think you should do it separate from each other, or you disagree, what matters the most is you guys are in agreement, And like, if I was in your shoes and I've been with this girl for, like, if my girl hit me up, dude, and she was like, yo, I'm going to the club with my friends, this promoter's getting us in for free, I would, the alarm bells are going. I would talk to her about that. I'd be like, hey, that makes me uncomfortable. And if she didn't, like, if she wasn't at least receptive to that, I would probably be pretty concerned. But also, like, you're in a tough situation, bro, because you can't be that guy. At the end of the day, if you can't trust your girl to go to Miami and not do something she shouldn't do, then, like, is that really your girl?
Amen.
Like, that's the reality of it, dude. At the end of the day, it's like you can't watch over your girl every day, and she can't watch over you every day. It's like you gotta be trustworthy. Like, if she can't go to Miami and do her thing, fuck it, Like, I don't want to check Shorty. I don't want your location. I don't want to see your text messages. I don't want to have to do none of that. If I can't close my eyes and Shorty can leave the house and go to Miami and come back and she didn't get fucked, then, like, dude, that's clearly not my girl. That's just the reality of it. But, I mean, I don't know your guys' relationship. So my 2 cents, I wouldn't say, like, stop her from, or try to stop her from going, because you can't. You can't do that.
Yeah.
This is her trip. This is her life. You can't do that. But if you tell her what she is planning to do makes you uncomfortable and she's not willing to compromise on that at all, I would definitely do some reflecting if I were you. I would do some reflecting. And I get it. You've been together 4 years, but also you're young, man. You're young. You guys got together when you were still in high school, it sounds like, no?
Like, beginning of college, basically, yep.
Honestly, those years don't even count, bro. I feel like from my experience, you'll probably relate to this in a few years. When I look back at myself when I was early 20s, like 20, 21-ish, to where, like, now I'm 26, dude, I'm a completely different person. When I look at, like, my girl, for example, her back then, completely different person. When I look at the kind of girls that I liked back then, completely different. A lot of shit changes, bro. So, like, at the end of the day, like, it's all about mutually understanding each other, but also, like, don't trip about it too hard, dude. If I was, like, 45 and I've been married to my girl for 20 years and she went to Miami and got gang, I'd probably shoot. But, like, if I was, like, 20-something and been just dating my girl for a couple of years and she went to Miami and got gang, I'd probably just partake in a gang myself. It's no biggie.
Hey.
That's what it's all about, bro. That's what it's all about, bro. I mean, have you ever done something, like, have you gone on a boys trip somewhere where she didn't like?
I mean, I've been to a couple strip clubs, like, when I was like 18 or something. She knew about them, and I didn't like them. I'm like, my idea, like, what I tell my boys what I want for my bachelor party. I just want a lot of weed, all you can eat, and some freaking, like, video games, bro. Like,
that's a good bachelor party, yeah.
Hey, I don't want no damn strippers. Hey, bring a waste of money, bro.
I mean, listen, bro. No matter what, like, you can't, like, if your girl wants to do you dirty or she wants to do something she's not supposed to do, she's gonna do it no matter what. That's just life, okay?
Yeah.
So, like,
I trust her that she's not gonna cheat. The
then
thing
what are
that
you worried about? I mean, that's
like that. It's like basically, like, I told her that it bothers me, and she wouldn't even, I feel, give me, like, the airtime or, like, the listening, because, like, just because she heard it, that she heard something she didn't like, so she instantly became defensive, and, like, the blue hair pitchfork came out. Oh, you're controlling. Oh, you're this, and it's like, girl, you're expecting a damn ring from me, and you're not even willing to, like, listen to when I bring up when I'm concerned.
Yeah, you can't propose to that. Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Save that fucking ring. What are her friends like? Do you know her friends she's going with?
They're college friends. I don't think they're problematic, really. Like, I don't think she hangs out with, like, the ratchet type. as far as I understand.
Have you been around her friends like enough to really be like know that and like be comfortable, or like do you just kind of?
I'd say like to like a moderate level. I don't know like their darkest secrets or anything, but like I've
Yeah,
spent
of
like
course.
some time with them, been out with them a few times.
I think that's like the biggest like tell is like, I mean, at the end of the day, people surround themselves with people who are like-minded, surround themselves with people they like to be around. I mean, if you go and you link up with your girl and she's like, oh, I want to introduce you to my friends, and you walk in there and it's like a Sexy Red music video, I don't know, bro. You might need to really think long and hard about that girl. But if you walk in there and it's like a bunch of girls who like just did their homework, it's like, oh, I like that. That's what you should be looking for.
How much, like, assuming that she has pure intentions and her friends have pure intentions, how much should I be bothered by the promoter being the outlier?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. In Miami, they get the girls in the club. Like, the promoter's job is to get the girls in the clubs, right? To then send them over to tables where the guys who have money are at to spend money. And whatever happens there happens, right? So it's not necessarily like, they're not just letting her in the club for free because she's a girl. She's an asset to them. Every attractive girl that is in the club is a selling point for the guys with money that want to go to the club. And it's really about like, yo, if your girl is sitting in a section drinking out of a bottle that was bought by a guy who's like a multimillionaire, do you trust her in that situation? If not, uh-oh.
So ball's in her court at the end of the day. She's not going to be like, I shouldn't expect her to get like the, any weird shit from the promoter directly.
I mean, you can't ever rule it out for certain, but at the end of the day, like, I don't, it's just, I think this is something you got to ask her, bro. No, I think this is something you just got to ask her. Like, you got to talk to her. You got to like, yo, who are your friends? How do they know? Like, who met the promoter? What do you mean you're going with the promoter? You got to ask her those questions.
Amen.
So I would, after we're done chatting here, I would say hit her up and be like, listen up, who's this promoter? Who knows him? And who are your friends you're going with? And if you can't get some clear answers on that, buddy, you might need to download Tinder.
True.
Yeah. It might be time. But hey, man, I got to say, I appreciate you calling in and sharing. And I mean, listen, if it doesn't, at the end of the day, if she goes to Miami and does something you don't like, I mean, your parents already hate her. So one foot's out the door.
Yeah. It's been an uphill battle, and the worst part is just this summer when I went home, I told my dad, I had the conversation that she wants to raise the kids not Muslim, and I'm okay with that. And he said it was worse news than when both of his parents died. And so I couldn't believe it. He got depressed instead of mad, which is. Hey,
dude, listen, I don't know you, but this is getting worse the longer you tell me about it. So
yeah,
I think you should have some time to talk to her about this, and maybe ask her like, what do you think? Like, what are your intentions with me? Really iron this out with Shorty. Go call her right now, man.
And I appreciate you, Goblin. I'm sorry for dragging you through my overthinking.
No, you're good. You're okay.
But literally, I was distracted with my studying earlier because I was thinking about all this shit, and so this was crazy. And I appreciate you and everything you do, man.
Well, I appreciate you for calling in today and sharing, man. I hope you have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Later.
That was not at all what I expected out of that call, guys. Just based off the voicemail and the way he was wording things, I was like, this dude has to be young. But he's a college guy. He's going to med school, and he's got a girlfriend who's doing the same. And it sounds like a much more serious situation than I anticipated. And I don't know. At the end of the day, I mean, you can't really objectively say whether or not his girl going to Miami with her friends is wrong, because it's all about just what's cool with them. That's the only thing that matters, But if he has to call me to vent about this because she won't listen to and maybe adjust to accommodate his concerns, man, that's not good. You know? I don't know about you guys. If it got to the point where I got to call a podcast about it, I'm probably just dumping Shorty. Maybe I'm just a horrible person. I don't know. My apologies if I am. But ladies and gents, we've had an absolutely wonderful selection of callers today. We've had an absolutely beautiful episode, which is brought to you by our good friends at 5. Thank you for supporting my good friends at 5. And also, if you haven't somehow seen yet, which I don't know, you must live under a rock like Patrick Starr or something, Crackheads is out now, my new show with my friend Kyle, which is linked in the description below. You should scroll down, pop the description open, click that link, and subscribe because we post every Monday on the Crackheads channel. Just another day for you guys to tune in. Monday on Crackheads, Wednesday on the Gobcast. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Thank you all for tuning in, supporting the show. I appreciate you guys. Make sure to follow us on Instagram so you can keep up to date with when we're taking calls, and make sure you don't miss an opportunity to call in and chat. I'll see you on the next one. Episode 74. Deuces.